All right, all right. Well, I am here and I am going to address, it's not an issue, I guess it's more of a procedure that is very, very easy, but I hear comments back and forth, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. And it has to do with checking the oil on your lawnmower. So let me show you what I got. So I guess the main question is, I see back and forth where you're checking the oil on your dipstick on your lawnmower, and some guys, no, you should just place it right on without screwing it back in, and others, well, you should place it in, screw it down, then unscrew it and check it again. Well, there's two different ways. There's, you know, the main, I guess the ones that are different, it's between a Honda engine and a Briggs & Stratton engine. So let me show you the difference here. So here is a Briggs & Stratton engine, very common, the 6.75, and here's the dipstick. Now when you check it, this has been sitting there for a while, so you can see it's level and everything. So you wipe that off, you put it back in, and with the Briggs & Stratton, you seat it, right? And then take it back out and check the level, you know, and as long as it's in between those two little dots there, you're good to go. Yeah, there you are. There's the minimum and the maximum. And as long as it's in there, that's fine. You don't want to go under that, and you don't want to go over it, but as long as it's within that range. And remember I said here, you seat it and then you check it. Then you take it back out and check it. And this coincides as what's shown in the operator's manual. And I pulled up the operator's manual for this specific engine here. And let me show you. So this is the Briggs & Stratton. And I pulled this up. This was specifically for the mower that I showed you there. How to check the oil. Okay, clean the oil fill area of any debris, remove the dipstick and wipe it clean. Insert and tighten the dipstick. Then remove the dipstick and check the oil level. So the next one I want to show you here, this is a Honda, the GCV 160. So between this, the GCV 160 and the GCV 190, very similar. And you can see there's the oil dipstick. Let me take this out. And let me wipe it off. If I can do this one-handed here. So with a Honda, you just place the dipstick, just place it down there. You don't screw it back in. And then you check the level. And you can see it's all the way up to the top here. And you just want it within this range, right? If it starts to go down lower, yeah, then you can fill it back up. Well, what happens when you screw it in, right? Let me, yeah, there it goes. So this time I screwed it in and took it back out. And you can see it's just barely above that now, right? It's not bad. So even if you do screw it in there, as long as it's, you know, whether you place it or screw it in, as long as it's in this range, then you're good to go, right? But that's the main difference. And let me show you on the manual what it shows for the Honda. So here is the Honda manual, found it online, and here you can see it clearly says here, remove the oil filter, the oil filler cap dipstick and wipe it clean. Insert the oil filler cap dipstick into the oil filter neck as shown, but do not screw it in. Then remove it and check the oil level. if the oil level is near or below the lower limit on the mark on the dipstick, then remove it and add oil. So if you screw it in, you might get a false reading where the tip of your dipstick is actually showing oil when it's actually too low, right? But it's a very minuscule little mark there. But just stick to the manual and just insert the dipstick without screwing it in. Now here's another Honda I want to show you. This is the GX 160, and it's a horizontal drive, horizontal engine. And what I want to show you here, here's the dipstick. Now when you pull these out, you can see where it's situated on the motor. When you pull it out, oh wow, this one needs to be changed. You fill the oil up till it reaches the threads here, right? And it'll correspond, you'll be within that range. So you don't want to let the oil get low, right? You want to be able to see it on the dipstick, and you don't want to overfill it and just have it flowing out here whenever you take the dipstick out. And that goes with a lot of the horizontal engines, you know, even this Briggs & Stratton that's under the tarp, same thing. Let me see if I can get this one in. I'm going to need to change the oil on this one. Yeah, so you see it's not too complicated, but look at your manuals and see what it tells you. On that Honda engine, it says just to place the dipstick back in, don't screw it in. With the Briggs & Stratton, it tells you to seat it down, right? And what happens if you don't do it that way? I mean, you're not going to get that much variance between the oil levels showing on the dipstick. The trick is you just don't want to overfill it. And whichever method that you're using, be consistent with it. You know, you don't want to, one day you check it just by, laying it down on there, and the next time you check it by, screwing it all the way in, whatever, because then you'll see the varying levels. And I like to be consistent so that I can see the level every time, and it's consistent every time. And if it does start to lower, then it's burning oil or whatever, right? And then something's going on. But that's it in a nutshell. Just look at your manuals, and it'll show you how to do it. So I guess that's it. If you have any questions, be sure to make your comments. But as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and watch for my next video.